So you're going to tell everybody what that's all about?
I'm not going to say a word. I'm going to sit here and do my job. I'm just going to look pretty because I'm just Lori's arm candy.
Sunsets like a tangerine. Let's find a road we've never seen. Life is short, make it sweet.
Good
Cheers.
morning, honey.
Morning.
Cheers. I love
Cheers,
you.
love you.
Good morning, everyone. Cheers. Oh, I told you it was hot. It's a little chilly here this morning, so his coffee kind of got a little bit cold. So I had to warm it up again.
We are inside because it's only 38 degrees outside.
It's a little chilly out.
And I have two long sleeve like sweatshirts on, jeans. What would you call that?
Your jammy pants?
My jammy pants on under my
his
jeans.
jeans.
And she has no sleeves on.
And barefoot.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay.
Okay. So Actually.
Realistically,
So Tom found something out a while back.
we didn't know.
We had never heard of this.
You know, these hard plastic wheel chocks and even the Legos. They're all made with the same material. But did you know that there is an expiration date on these things? They're only good for so long. Then you're supposed to throw them away if you read all the fine print.
Yep.
Replace after 12 of 2017.
How long ago?
That's 7 years ago, and we're still using them. But
Actually,
we do have those little rubber.
We have different
black
chocks
ones.
that we use now, yeah. These
But-
are just extra in case, you know.
In case of emergency,
Yeah.
you need it, but we've got it. But I found something else, a good use for them, is we take them, we set them out like where
their
our
side.
our cables are on the ground and things like that. If we've got solar cables running or something like that from portable panels, or even with the Starlink on the
Quartz
ground.
Starlink.
Yeah. We take a
Solar light.
solar light, set it down and set it on top of the cable. That way you see the cable, you don't trip over it.
And it's a little stand for a solar light. So that it worked out good. The other day he did that, and I was like, "What a great idea!" Yeah.
But I was really shocked. I read something about them expiring, and I went, "What?" And I started looking, and sure enough, everything that we have has a replace after date posted on it. And it's like I kept at that point. I mean, everything we have has those kind of dates. First thing I did was I get in the mirror. I went to a mirror and I'm looking like this.
looking for his expiration date. Hi, Kaylee. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hello, people. She's like, okay, I'm out of here. No.
Anyway,
Anyway.
if you didn't know that,
Yeah.
now you know.
So that's a fun little fact. I have this down at the bottom, but that was just to remind me, so we're going to do this now. We have had questions about if we knew the status of Sharon Childers from Nomadic Ramblers. And I reached out to Sharon. We're friends on Facebook.
Wait, first off, they haven't done videos for quite a while.
No.
Because of an illness. And
Right.
we stay in touch with them.
Yeah.
So
We announced, I don't know what, a couple months ago at least, that Sharon had a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
She had been in the hospital for a while, and then she was in like rehabilitation to get her through it, and she has been home now for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing better, but here's what she has to say. She's doing okay. She went to PT a couple days ago, and then she was going again like yesterday. And she's starting to walk a little bit with help. And so we're really excited about that. So some progress. She is able to text and message and everything. I think it's just mobility that's been an issue. They're going to try and do an update soon. So if you don't subscribe yet to Nomadic Ramblers, you'll put a link in the description below.
Yes.
Go and subscribe to them and keep up with how Sharon and her husband Bobby are doing. So
Mr. Childers.
Mr. Childers, yes, Mr. Childers. That's what she calls him. So she says it's been the hardest thing she's ever had to encounter.
Yeah, I'll
She
bet.
was very active. She's just a sweet, wonderful, bubbly personality person, and it's been really difficult. And I've kept in touch with her, over the past few months. When we didn't see her for quite a while, it was like, okay, they're not doing videos, something's up.
Yeah.
And then I reached out, and I think at that time her daughter had responded to me, and I was talking back and forth with her, but Sharon's good to go now as far as that sort of thing. So, anyway, we wanted to give you an update on Sharon.
So there's your update.
There's your update. She's doing much better, still has a ways to go, but her getting to start walking with help is a really big step. So she's going through physical therapy, and will be back to her perfect little self soon, we hope. So anyway, thank you guys for watching us today. We appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed to us yet, please do so and click the bell to make sure you get notified anytime we put out a new video, which is every Saturday for sure, and Wednesdays mostly. When we have something to
What
show
Up
you.
Wednesday? Last week it was the organization
A
of the
little bit of
RV.
organization, yeah.
A little bit of organizational
Yeah.
ideas and things like that. Go check that video out, What Up Wednesday from last week.
Let us know in the messages below if you would like to see like a compilation of my little different organizing hacks.
Yeah.
I did quite a few way back when I was doing Tuesday quick tips.
Yeah.
So did that. I think we've shown some organization here and there. But if you would like to see like all those little clips or a more updated review of just different ways I organize different things. I mean, everybody has a different rig. Everybody has different things. Everybody needs to organize differently. But there might be a thing or two that you can say, oh, hey, that's a pretty good idea. That might work for me.
And if you want to watch those Tuesday quick tip videos, we have them in a playlist, which we will link for you. And you just have to click that link, and it'll take you to all of those. And they're very short little videos.
Yep, quick tips.
So check them out.
Sometimes they were a
Okay.
little bit longer, but so on last Saturday. Oh wait, please make sure to comment. Leave that comment and share us with all of your friends and family you want to torment. Last Saturday, after we chatted with you, Tom processed the video, and I defrosted the left refrigerator. For anyone that's new here, we actually have two individual side-by-side refrigerators. And so I defrosted the left fridge, moved everything over to the right, defrosted it, cleaned it, and
It's amazing how much the temperature, it can, what do you call it?
Balances out.
Balances out. Once you defrost them, they run like perfect.
I know it's really kind of weird because you think that, oh, it's got the frost and ice, it's going to keep it nice and cold. Well, no, it really impedes the way that it gets cold.
It
So,
hinders it.
yeah, it does. So,
All right. But anyway, they work. They're clean.
Yep. And last Saturday was our 17th anniversary. So
That was our 17th
wedding anniversary.
wedding anniversary.
Yes,
You
wedding
know, and it's
anniversary.
just like, it's a wedding anniversary. Eh,
Yeah, that was.
it's a number.
We've never really done too much for that one. The biggie is actually coming up in March.
It'll be coming
when
up in
we
March, and
met.
you'll hear about that later.
Yeah,
That's our big anniversary. Wedding anniversary.
whatever.
What?
Piece of paper and a ring, whatever. But we went out actually for our anniversary. We hadn't done anything like
Yeah.
that, gone out. We'll pick up lunch now and then, but to go out to dinner, we went out to a really yummy place
Downtown Yuma.
in downtown U.S. called The Boys.
It was really good.
The Boys are back in town. It's an Italian restaurant.
Yep.
They have pizza, but they also have pasta, and it's a nice atmosphere. We enjoyed it thoroughly.
The spaghetti and meatballs. Mwah! Oh, man.
Coming from a true Italian there. We ordered like a big pizza, the kind that we like, the barbecue chicken. It was so good. And we ordered the big one so we could take it home and have leftovers.
Yep.
And we also got their garlic and Parmesan breadsticks. Those are amazing too. just the whole evening. The service was great.
Yeah.
We were fascinated. They have like 1 million people working there, and they're just bustling around.
Maybe 750,000.
Maybe. But they're just scampering around like busy little bees, and it's a really good service, great food. We really had a good experience there, so that was a lot of fun. There's also an event going on downtown, so everywhere was really busy.
Yeah.
But we didn't have too long to wait, maybe about 20 minutes. So, but we had a really good time and a delicious dinner and food for days. I still have leftover pizza.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it was delicious and really good. And if you're ever in Yuma, go to Du Bois downtown. Tell them Tom and Lori V Live sent ya. Part of my organization that was even in the Wednesday was I kind of switched around the overhead cabinets. I organized underneath the table where I keep some like extra provisions and containers and a few little craft thingies down there. You're always doing music research.
Always.
Whether it's for work or whether it's for our YouTube channel. So he enjoys doing that. And we visited with Becky and Myron because they arrived on Sunday. And so we hung out and visited with them, and then we prepared for the wind.
Yeah, with the humongous fires going on in California and all the wind, it just seems like it's swept across the country as far as the wind goes.
There was nowhere to escape it.
And the snow over the south,
Yeah.
the deep south got snow almost as far south as Florida.
Florida had really cold temperatures too,
crazy.
Right, Dave? Were you cold?
Don't they have that lizard warning in Florida? What do they call it?
Lizard warning. Oh, when they fall out of the trees.
They put that out last night, I think.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh, that's funny.
It's not lizards. What is it?
Well, that sounds good. A lizard warning instead of a blizzard warning. What are the I can't think of it right now. But
Yeah.
Anyhow, so we prepared for that. We, put everything down flat on the ground and brought stuff in and
lowered the panels on the roof. No more tilted panels.
Yep, we did that.
It was so bad we had to bring in the kitchen slide.
We had to replace our slide toppers. The first slide toppers and our replacement set originally were mesh. So we didn't have that really bad flapping in the wind issue with the mesh slide toppers. Well, when we replaced them this time, we did it ourselves. We bought the Tough Top awnings, and they're solid fabric. And those things are horrible in the wind.
Yeah.
So horrible that we had to bring in our kitchen slide, which we never bring our slides in big wind.
Now,
we feel we're more balanced.
But this
way.
is really big wind. We're talking over 50-mile-an-hour gusts. That was the problem. We can do 30, 35-mile-an-hour gusts, maybe even up to 40. But when it got over 50-mile-an-hour gusts, it was just too much. And it's like, we need to bring it in. So we did.
So for a few days, we lived with our kitchen slide in, which was very inconvenient. Could not get to the stove or the oven.
Why it's inconvenient is because it butts up against, we have an island.
A kitchen island,
And it butts up against the island, so you don't have access to anything in the kitchen.
Right. One of the refrigerators we don't. So I did kind of prepare a little bit. I got everything out of the left refrigerator I thought we would need and put it in the right, which we do have access to. The pantry can open about this much, and so I can reach my arm in there and get some things out of there. Now that I've moved the pots and pans in the island, I could not get to them with the slide in. Normally they were in a cabinet above where I could reach them. But so we just had to do a little bit of advanced thinking. And then as far as cooking, we used the fryer. And we used, I have bought a little hot plate, one single burner that I got, a few months ago, just to have in case we ran out of propane, whatever. I could use it, with electricity, which we have the solar and we have the portable power stations. So it was a way to cook. Well, it came in handy because I was able to cook food. We're able to use the coffee maker still and everything, but it just took a little tiny bit of planning because we didn't know how long we were going to have it in. We didn't want to put it back out until we kind of double checked the slide topper, made sure that everything was still okay with it before we left it out. So we got to put it out yesterday evening, finally, after several days. But
now we have another windstorm coming in.
Of course. Yep. Yep.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And
We'll see.
we've really, really been trying hard not to complain or mention wind, because
Yes.
it seems like we do that every winter. It's like
Yeah.
we're in the desert, of course it's going to be windy. But these were extreme.
Yeah.
If you hadn't heard from everything, all the horrible, horrible things going on in California. So, people up in Quartzsite were posting about how windy it was up there. So it's
Yep.
just everywhere. There was really nowhere for us to escape to. We just had to deal with it. So that's kind of what we've been dealing with the past few days, not really getting a whole lot done because our house was cut in half.
Can't even
So-
sit outside.
Couldn't sit outside, couldn't do anything.
Hell, it was hard to walk outside. The winds were so strong.
Yep. But I'm really glad that we did pull that, because the winds kind of calmed down a little bit at one point, and he's like, well, you want to put the slide out? I went, look at the weather. There's going to be more big winds. We're not putting it out. And
We use an app, the Windy app, windy.com, but we use the Windy app. What do you guys use for wind predictions and wind forecasts?
so we use that, and you do the weather.
Yeah, everybody looks at the Weather Channel and the other little weather apps, but
Yep.
specifically for wind, we use windy.com.
And it's
we
pretty.
like it. It's kind of accurate. Not as accurate as we thought it was in the beginning, but it gives you an idea of how strong the winds are going to be and what direction they're coming from.
Yes. So
Let us know in the comments which one do you guys use, or do you use any?
or do you just go, nothing
Yeah.
I can do to control
What do
it?
you use?
But when we're out here, we like to be prepared, especially for the wind. Put everything down flat on the ground, batten down things. We put stuff in front of our two wheels that are on the opposite side of the direction that the wind is coming, and it really kind of protects stuff there. Yesterday, you and I went to go run a few errands. We had to go pick up a couple things you
Yeah.
ordered.
Yep.
And we need to get a milk and a couple of groceries. And so you and Myron started to work on. Tell everybody what you.
Well, we had new leaf springs put on, and I just don't feel good enough about the leaf springs, even though we know they're the right size and everything like that. So I started doing a little research and came up with Sumo Springs, and we're going to try them. We went ahead and bought them, and we got them from eTrailer, and we paid for them ourselves from eTrailer. But we installed one side yesterday. We're going to do the other side of the RV today and hope for the best with them. And we'll see how well they really work, if they give us more support.
Yeah, and it was kind
That's
of
it.
good that you guys went under there because you found a few other things that needed to be tightened.
Yeah,
so,
just a few things.
So normally you're underneath, all around, always checking and tightening things, but that was one little area that you might have missed.
we had to torque down some stuff, but that's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, so I was putting groceries away from us going to town, and then you guys kicked me out of the trailer because they
We
were
had 'em
up
up-
on jacks.
Yeah, had it up on jacks while
I
we
was sitting in the chair with the kitty on my lap, not moving, but it's like, get out,
Installed the Sumo Springs.
get out. So I sat outside for a little bit, and then I went over to visit with Becky.
It's like, as soon as we got them installed, I said, okay, those heavy-duty Sumo springs are installed, Lori. You can go back in the trailer now.
Nice, huh? And he expects me to serve him breakfast later? Phew. I don't know about that. But anyway, that just kind of sums up our windy week.
Yes.
And what was the weather like wherever you were? Because there was just weather happening all over the country.
Yeah.
And for anybody that might have been in the California area, we feel for you. We are keeping everyone that we know and care about in the California area, which you have a lot of. We have a lot of friends from the
Yep.
radio record industry
Down in
that
LA.
live in that area. So we've been checking in with them and checking their posts that they've been saying that they're safe. And so we hope that everyone that you know and that you guys are all safe too. And because we look forward to seeing you next week. See ya.
Take your banner and raise it to the sky.